The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is extending the deadline for collection of permanent voter cards to Monday, February the 11th. INEC Chairman Professor Yakubu made the announcement during a meeting with resident electoral commissioners in Abuja today. He says that INEC is extending the deadline for the collection of PVCs because it has been bombarded with calls by Nigerians to review the process. Professor Yakubu says that after the Monday 11th deadline, all uncollected PVCs will be recalled and deposited with the Central Bank of Nigeria for safekeeping until after the general elections, when the collection of PVCs and the continuous voter registration will resume.
In the last couple of days, we have been inundated by calls from Nigerians to review the current process of collection of the permanent voters' card. In response, the Commission has taken the following decisions. Number one, the collection of PVCs scheduled to end today, Friday, 8 February 2019, is hereby extended nationwide to Monday, 11th February 2019. This will include Saturday and Sunday. Two, the collection of PVCs will now take place from 9 in the morning to 6 p.m. daily. Three, all state offices are hereby directed to review the procedure for the collection of PVCs and dedicate all the staff of the local government offices to the collection process. Staff are enjoined to be civil in attending to citizens and to escalate issues that they cannot immediately resolve to their superiors. The Commission wishes to reassure Nigerians that we will continue to take every step to ensure that no registered voter is disenfranchised on account of the non-collection of PVCs. Similarly, the Commission is taking urgent steps to address complaints of unavailability of PVCs of some registered voters before the end of the deadline for collection.
Prior to the extension of the deadline, our crew went round the Federal Capital Territory to see last-minute efforts by some residents to get their PVCs. Our correspondent, Kayla Megwa, now reports.
Registered voters at the INEC office in the Federal Capital Territory complaining that they are unable to collect their permanent voter cards. They say they are constantly told that their cards are not ready. So we went to a few PVC collection centers to view the situation for ourselves. And at the Garki Secondary School, emotions are mixed.
I filled in around March 2018 for a defaced card. And I've been coming since more than 3 weeks now. And they've been telling me, go, come back, come next week.
I came now and they gave me.
Then we made our way to the Model Science Primary School Center in Garki 2. And just then, things got ugly.
For 3 weeks I've been coming. I have been coming. They send text again to reassure, thinking that it is ready. Do you know many people have even come here and they will still give them their temporary bag that it's not ready.
Actually, I registered at Niger State and I applied for transfer. I and my husband collected his, but up till now I can't. I've been here 7 times.
I've come here. This is making it 4 times to correct this. When my card is inside, they will bring it out, say my own is not there. But I have collected the person, the same car, we went the same together, they snap us together, we enter the same car and come back house, and up till now I could not get my voter's card.
The initial date set by INEC to end the collection of PVCs was supposed to be today, the 8th of February. However, the INEC chairman has announced that that date has been extended till Monday, the 11th of February, to accommodate some of the issues on ground, defaced PVCs, lost PVCs, and most especially people who have applied for transfers and haven't got their PVCs yet. Well, the people behind us here are still staying here today. They say even though the thing has been extended, many of them have insisted that they will remain at this particular venue to collect their PVC so that they can exercise their right to vote come the elections. Kayla Megwa, Channels Television News.
Citizens Forum, led by Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, has endorsed the presidential candidate of the Young Progressives Party, Kingsley Moghalu, for president. Professor Soyinka made this known in a statement today, explaining that the decision was arrived at by the forum after months of consultations and interactions with Nigerians, especially the respective opposition contenders for the presidency. In arriving at the decision, Professor Soyinka states, quote, "There was nothing complicated about assessment parameters, mental preparedness, analytical attitude, response to the nation's security challenges, economic grounding, grasp of socio-political actualities, including a remedial concern with the Nigerian image in foreign perception, etc., not forgetting a convincing commitment to governance and resource decentralization, commonly referred to as restructuring." End of quote. Professor Soyinka condemned the lack of openness of the political space to young and more brilliant Nigerians, even though such individuals around the country abound in the country, to provide the required right leadership for the nation, according to him. He, however, expressed delight in the fact that, according to him, such persons with potentials of high quality are being manifested. He adds, quote, "Such potential compels us to exercise utmost rigor in what proved to be a most daunting exercise. The final determination, however, is the flag bearer of the Young Progressives Party, Kingsley Moghalu." End of quote. For the Nobel laureate, there is now a general feeling amongst many Nigerians for an end to the current system dominated by the two leading political parties, which has perpetuated prevailing social disorders and political intrigues and inequality. The governorship candidate of the Action Alliance in Imo State, Mr. Uche Nwosu, has promised to consolidate on the free education policy of the Okorocha-led administration in Imo State if he is elected governor. Mr. Nwosu disclosed this when his campaign trail visited Isiala and Ehime Mbano, local government area of Imo State, to canvass for votes ahead of the elections. He also promised to bring back the morals in secondary schools by engaging the services of missionaries and clergies in the day-to-day running of schools in Imo State.
The Action Alliance governorship candidate, Mr. Uche Nwosu, and his team arriving at Isiala Mbano local government area of Imo State. When it's time to address the people, Mr. Nwosu promises not only to consolidate on the achievements of the present government, but surpass them.
I will make sure, as your governor, I will not come to recover kidnapping and payment of school fees. I have not come to restore bad governance or to restore payment of school fees. I have not come to restore kidnapping again. I am coming to work. I am coming to work.
The women's leader of the Action Alliance, Mrs. Rosemary Okoli, believes Mr. Nwosu is the best man for the job based on his antecedents.
Ugumba Nwosu, despite that he's a young man, he's a youth, and we the women has agreed that at this time that we prefer the youth to be there in the government house come 2019, and we are proud of him.
From Isiala Mbano, the campaign trail moves to another community where Mr. Nwosu makes more commitment to the people.
When I was growing up, the most important education we had then was through the missionary school. We are bringing them back as counselors. We are bringing them to mentor most of our students, especially the ones in secondary school. Because of recent, the cultism we talk about is right in secondary school. But then, it's hard for you to see a child talk of going into cultism. These people will help to educate them.
With about 70 candidates contesting the governorship position in Imo State, Mr. Nwosu says he's confident of winning the contest come March the 2nd.
The Allied People's Movement, APM, is emphasizing the need for its members and supporters to exercise their franchise in the forthcoming general elections. The party's governorship candidate, Mr. Adekunle Akinlade, says that the March the 2nd election will define the fate of the state, and is asking his team and supporters not to leave anything to chance, but rather come out en masse to vote.
The word-to-word campaigns of the Allied People's Movement
continues in Ado-Odo Ota, an area considered the second largest local government area in Ogun State. From one word to another, party faithful line up the streets to welcome the governorship candidate and his team. Amid the funfair, Mr. Adekunle Akinlade impresses it on his supporters to keep their eyes on the prize by going out to vote on February 16th and March the 2nd.
Where we are today in Ogun State and especially in Nigeria, that we as young people, we have a duty and a responsibility to deliver the government that is going to serve our people come 16th of February and 2nd of March, which is less than 25 days, and the other one is about 10 days now. And I have said it very clearly that my faith in you, the young people, our future, actually our present, is not in doubt. And that is why I will endeavor us to please get our PVCs.
We cannot sit in our houses and he will win. Yes. Keep your voter's card. Don't lose it. Don't misplace it. On that day, just as you are waiting, even if rain is falling, even if the sun turns to fire, let us wait.
The engagement and consultations continue with 3 local government areas to be covered, and party supporters wait at designated locations for the candidate who is also resolute to complete the task at hand.